人生にとっては誇りなんだ。
奴らもっと恐ろしいことを行ってる。奴らはあんたらが思っている以上に根が深い。用心するんだな。また連絡する。じゃあな。
Howdy, howdy. Sorry for the delay. I'm having a bad day. but I'm gonna do my best. Did you guys see that the new Duck Detective got a release date? It's coming out May 22nd, so I guess I know when I'm streaming the new Duck Detective. Yo, for real? Yeah, May 22nd. I'm gonna put on my calendar. Remind myself I have something I have to do on May 22nd. Wait, what day of the week is that? May 22nd. It's a Thursday, that's perfect. Yeah, finally peak. There we go. Yeah, when I opened up Steam, it was like, Duck Detective! New Duck Detective game, The Ghost of Glamping is release date reveal. I'm so excited. I loved the first Duck Detective so much. Ugh. My throat is also starting to hurt really bad. I don't know if it's just because I'm like having a bad day, but I'm like, God, please don't be sick. I really can't be sick right now. I really can't be sick right now. I got too much to do. Okay, so before we jump in, I'm trying to... I fell asleep a little bit at the end of the last stream because I had not really slept the night before. And I'm trying to pull up my own. I'm trying to pull up my own VOD. Here we go. Trying not to show you like everything about the back end of my Twitch. Spoiler alert, the entirety of the back end of my Twitch is Twitch telling me that I don't have enough ads. I'm not allowing for enough ads on my stream. It's like every fucking pop-up I get. It's like, you could be making up to 22% more. Fuck you. Let's see. It's like so ridiculous. I don't even know why I'm hiding it. Just so you guys like, I'll screenshot it and show you. I don't care. But how will the poor Twitch see, sweetie? You know, I don't know. Like, I say that, but then I'm also like too incompetent. I'm too incompetent to like go around Twitch and YouTube like some people do. But also because I think that introduces a lot of like confusion, and like I will never, so I have a thing where I will never, with a gun to my head, I will never link PayPal to my bank account because I just don't want some random fucking company to have like a connection to my bank account. Like, I'm cool with like direct deposits, so I have it set up for Twitch and YouTube to be able to like direct deposit for me, but PayPal requires like a two-way access, and that's a hard no on my side. Here we go. And so I basically can't use any platforms that require like PayPal integration because it's just not a thing I'm going to allow. Because I'm extremely paranoid for some reason about PayPal in particular. I don't know, I just don't trust it. I don't like the cut of its jib. You know what would have been really funniest if I got hit with ads on my own channel? Where did I fall asleep? Oh, you can see me like maybe going for it over here. It was like at the end of the food scene. Yeah. That's where I started getting cooked. Okay. So his daughter was a really bad cook, but I forced myself to eat all of her food anyway. And then the capsules. Okay, so yeah, we got the phone call where the guy was like, it's about the capsules. And this scary voice. And yeah, they said to meet at the museum. Nine stars in Pioneer. That might be like a hint on how to find them in the museum. Because I remember when I got to the museum. Not a trap, yeah. I just got jump scared by my own voice. We got an informant! And like Ed has suffered so much. Like his wife died and he adopted this kid who he saved after the kid's parents died. If anything happens, oh, she's dead. If anything happens to Ed, I will freak out. Horrible, horrible adventure. Welcome back. All right, and then we got to the museum. We got to the museum and we were like poking around a little bit. We didn't poke around too much. I think I looked at some of the people there and I was like, they were like, this doesn't look like I would be an informant. I think I'm just getting like, I'm getting trap vibes, you know? Jonathan searches for Kenzo Hojo at the request of ex-wife Lorraine. While eating at Ed's house, a man going by the name 9 Stars contacts them, instructing them to come to AMM. Is this the lead Jonathan anticipated? Or could it be a trap? I don't know, man. They try to locate the informant. Sleep, you red moose. I'm trying. I'm trying. Things just keep happening. Oh yeah! I stopped because I reached the receptionist and I knew it was gonna happen when I did. I've begun demonetizing my own Policenauts VODs on YouTube to be safe. I like what I'm seeing. That uniform's fighting a losing battle. How do you demonetize yourself? I just say like, do not put any monetization on this video. Like, I can't be held responsible for ads being served against it, basically. Because the place that you get in trouble is if you have like questionable content on a video that ads are running on, because then YouTube freaks out because they're like, because they're like, oh, like this isn't safe content for advertisers. But there's basically like two types of like not okay content. There's like the content that isn't safe for advertisers, and then there's the content that isn't allowed on YouTube. And I think this is definitely like not the latter, I think, but I was like, I'm not sure about the former. And I don't want to gamble, so I was just like, I'm just gonna like tell YouTube do not run ads on this thing so I can't get in trouble. I gotta get ahead of this thing, Maple. Probably that's exactly what I'm like. Sorry. Hydration. Oh, Uniform's fighting a losing battle. Let's fucking go. I'm calling this the hands-on part of the museum. It's an interactive exhibit. You want to feel up a girl her age? What in God's name is wrong with you? Would you lay off? I honestly don't see what the big deal is. This is me talking to chat. She can't be much older than Anna. It's like you want to touch my own flesh and blood. Never thought of it that way. Alright, I'll make an exception. I like that Ed actually like talked him down and was like, come on, man. We can't do this. Jonathan, no. Excuse me. How can I help you? Oh, she lifted her hand. The museum is divided into 3 main corners: beyond, moon, and space. Here at AMM, you'll find a thorough retracing of space exploration and development from their beginnings to the present day. The theme of our exhibition is Beyond, Gateway to the Stars. We're run by the Tokugawa Group and receive the full support of the International Space Promotion Agency. Tokugawa runs this place too. Oh yeah, so we also met Tokugawa and he was kind of like, yeah, I know my guy disappeared, don't fucking worry about it. And when we were like, why are all these mafia guys here? He was like, it's the cost of doing business, basically. So I feel like maybe me and Tokugawa are no longer on the same page. There's very little you can do on Beyond without Tokugawa. Oh, that was Ed that said that. I gave him like a sweet guide girl voice. Did Jonathan hit on the receptionist too, as is tradition? Well, I tried touching her yiddies, but Ed told me not to, and Jonathan acquiesced, so it was out of my hands. Quite literally. Where can we find a Pioneer around here? The only Pioneer we have is Pioneer 10. We don't have Pioneers 1 through 9 or 11. And where is Pioneer 10? Pioneer 10 can be found at the Space Corner. Let's go take a look. We don't have Pioneer Venus 1 or 2 either. The only Pioneer we have is Pioneer 10 at the Space Center. Can I ask a really stupid space question? I used to be like really into space when I was a kid. Like I knew like the relative size and makeup and heat of each planet. And I was just like a big space nerd. But I like started taking astronomy classes and I was like, this rules. And then I started taking more like college astronomy classes and they just made me like really existential. I think I've talked about this before, how I would like go into class, or I'd go into like my lab and I'd be measuring certain things and I would just be like, I don't understand like why we're picking up this measurement for this thing, and they would be like, yeah, that's something that's just never been able to be accounted for. And I'm like, why? And my astronomy professor was like, I don't like, it's, you know, we'll probably never know. It's it's just like one of those things that we have a lot of theories about, but there's no concrete answer. And I was like, I hate this. I hate not knowing things. And every time, like, he would talk about something and I would be like, is it something that we're, like, looking into? Or you think that we're gonna have some kind of, like, more concrete theory on in our lifetime? He'd be like, I don't think that's really, like, I think it's just something that we have to make peace with. Like, we're never gonna really know the concrete answer to that. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, why is the universe expanding? Why? Tell me why. I go into astronomy class like a toddler. I'm just like, tell me why. So I that was kind of where I like disconnected a little bit, and I still really love space stuff. Like I'm a big sci-fi nerd, but space classes are not for those with anxiety. Yeah. But there's certain things that I kind of stopped, like I've never kept up with, or I've forgotten or whatever. So obviously we've like landed shit on Mars. Have we ever sent like a probe or anything to Venus, or is it just like too fucking hot? Because I remember Venus had like a lot of... Also, Venus has a lot of the like corrosive stuff in its atmosphere. We tried once. Russians did a lot of Venus stuff. Oh, that's interesting. It's toasty and pretty far away. Yeah, it's definitely super toasty. But, and I remember that there was like corrosive storms maybe. They got pictures? Oh, that's cool. I just figured like, I don't know, maybe that was something we could figure out eventually. Due to its hostility. It turns out SmartF satellites remotely analyze Venus due to its hostility. I love the idea that it's just like too hostile. Tell me why. That was literally me. Every astronomer has, tell me why. But yeah, when she said Pioneer Venus, I was like, ooh, is that like a real thing? Anyway. Must be tough being on your feet for so long. Must be tough on your back with that beautiful chest. It is. We do get a break every 2 hours, but still, you're right. When's your next break? My legs are getting sore again. Wow, the demands they put on you. What is this? Maybe jumping around a little would relieve some of the tension of standing. You're saying I should jump up and down? I'm saying I bet some light activity every now and then would make all that standing a lot easier. You may be onto something. I'll give it a try. Let's fucking go. Lock in, boys. Look at that. You're a natural. I do feel a little better now, actually. Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy it. I should have known. What could you possibly have against this? I'm promoting physical activity. Just unbelievable. If only you applied yourself like this to the rest of your life. You can't keep getting away with this. The more you jump, the better you'll feel. Let's jump after every meal. I am feeling better and better. Really glad to hear it. What time do you finish? The museum closes at 7 p.m. No, not that. I mean, when do you finish? Oh, so that's what you were thinking. You're trying to hit on a guide at a museum? When do they let you guys off? Why? Are you planning to break in and steal something? Haha, you had that one coming. I'm hurt, Ed. Genuinely hurt. Come on, man. What do you think we came here for? Yeah, I like that we have some guy here who's definitely gonna do something bad to us, and I'm over here like, don't you wanna go on a date with me, you little lady? Come back. If there's anything else I can do for you, oh, I will. This game is not. Alright, so she said in the space corner. I don't know if I like looked at I definitely looked at the people, and he was like, this doesn't look like an informant. It's a replica of Friendship 7. How did people ever cope with these tiny capsules? Great question. That's the thing. Like, I love space, but I'm also the type of person where if somebody came to me one day and said, you won a sweepstakes, and you're gonna get to go up into orbit and like go into space and float around in 0G, I would be like, no. Give it to the next person, sorry. Not interested.
宇宙長期滞在記録を出したり、日本人を初めて宇宙で迎えたり、よく覚えてる。旧ソ連が崩壊してからしばらく放置されていた。
そうだ。その後、日本の企業に売却された後の徳川だ。実物はまだ地球軌道を回っている。今では宇宙博物館として使われてるらしい。
あの頃は旧ソ連が蓄積した宇宙技術を日本企業に売却するニュースを毎日のようにやっていたな。
宇宙開発後進国であった日本がここまでなったのもあの技術売却があったからだ。
日本企業が初めて宇宙に実質的なビジネスを持ち込んだ。
The almighty yen. If you hit on her hard enough, you can avoid the trap. Yeah, yeah. Because we just leave. We give up the case and I go out on a date. Yeah, I don't know, like I've seen Gravity. I don't need that to happen to me. It's a map showing all the areas and how to get to them. You gonna show me the map? What is this? Nothing. Nothing doing. Alright, so now, okay. So she said it was in the space corner. I kind of want to like get lore though, if that's okay.
ここはアポロ計画を中心に月面関係が展示されているコーナーだ。
月面のセットがそのまま再現されてる。
I actually have been to a museum that had kind of like a set up like this. It was kind of cool. It's the American flag. The Apollo astronauts planted one on the surface after each landing. When you think about it, planting a national flag in space like that does seem pretty ridiculous, even if it was smack in the middle of the space race. That was back when America was still a superpower. She needed a way of flexing her muscle. Space was dominated by a handful of countries in those days. Yeah, now business dominates it. What's this foil for? It was to provide protection from the heat. And from like, what is it called? Like radiation from the sun, right? That's Surveyor, the lunar probe that was used to scout for landing sites for the Apollo missions. Surveyor 1 got there several years before the first humans arrived. The Surveyor program ended with Surveyor 7, 18 months before the first manned mission. I like how, like, with each game you can tell what Kojima's really into at the moment, like what he's hyper-fixating on. Like, there's something that has just, like, captured his heart and soul. Like, with Peace Walker, you could tell that the Motorcycle Diaries had captured his heart and soul, and that was really, like... that was really, like, where his passion was at the moment, and... with Snatcher, he just, I think, like, basically Terminator and Blade Runner. It was probably just Blade Runner mostly had, like, captured his attention. This game you can, like, really clearly tell it's just, like, he's like, space! That's the lunar roving vehicle that was taken aboard Apollos 15, 16, and 17. It was electric powered with a top speed of 14 kilometers an hour on a flat surface. Kind of like an EMPS for the guys back then. Just like a moon rock. This is the so-called Genesis rock that Apollo 11 brought back from the moon. It's not as special now as it was back then, of course. Is this the real thing? Yeah, moon rocks are a dime a dozen now, but I suppose you could call this a first edition moon rock. I saw them selling them at the spaceport in OLA. That just sucks all that was special right out of them. Lunar regolith was once heavily sought after for experiments since there was so little available then. That all changed with the 21st century. People would even go to the trouble of making their own regolith. That's how valuable it was. Space and women. I feel like he's never turned his back on women. Women has remained a hyperfixation for him. As well as men. Good for him. That's part of the Apollo Lunar Surface Experiments package that was deployed on the moon by Apollos 12, 14, 15, 16, and 17. This is an ALSEP device sensitive to lunar surface movement. A seismometer, basically. I heard there are stores that fix up this kind of old equipment and sell it. Who's this joker? That's the lunar Ava suit used during the Apollo program. What about this one? That's another second generation lunar Ava suit. Cool. Just like poking around. She said it was in the space corner, right? I'm gonna go to beyond corner. It's us!
エド、俺たちポリスノーツの人形が並んでるぞ。
驚いたか？このビヨンドコーナーではポリスノーツであった俺たちはヒーローってわけだ。
そういえばスペースプレーンのスチュワーデスも言ってたな。
ここはビヨンドの観光地中でもポピュラーだからな。
この若さで歴史上の人物とは。
そう言うな。俺たちも宇宙開発に少しは貢献したんだ。光栄じゃないか。
少しはか。
I want to read the plaque. Top 10 album covers that go hard. This is a small monument built in honor of the Policenauts. It's even got our autographs on it. So it does. Makes you feel kind of stupid, doesn't it? It's a monument to the... Oh. We're like some Hollywood stars. We are, yeah. Embrace it, Jonathan.
このビヨンドの位置が記されてるマップだ。
ラグランジュポイントの L5。
そう。この地球と月の重力バランスの均衡位置にコロニーは浮かんでいる。
なぜこのタイプのコロニーは作られないんだ？
これには技術的な問題もあるだろうが、コロニーの建築業者が絡んでいるんだ。
政治的な問題？
まさに今、コロニー建設のシェアは徳川建設が独占している。もともと徳川のコロニー技術はトーラス型のものだ。
トーラス？
ここのオニール型は欧米の技術。
つまり癒着。徳川がオニール型を排除した。
そうだろうな。徳川が自社のトーラス型を売り込んだ結果だろう。もちろん大型オニールコロニーの欠陥も発見された上でのことだ。
ビヨンドがオニール型の欠陥を自ら証明した。
そこへうまく徳川が介入したんだ。
しかしこのコロニーを作った欧米企業も黙っちゃいないだろう。コロニー建設といえばオリンピックより儲かる。
それだけではない。オニール型のコロニーを推し進めていた欧米企業もコロニーの部品を徳川に依存していたからなんだ。
徳川抜きではコロニーは作れない。
そういうことだ。最近ではこのトーラス型を徳川型と総称するらしい。
It's a diagram showing Beyond's position. Yeah, but what about the... I guess the writing here is just part of it. Who's this guy? This is your figure. I think it's slightly better looking. Look at how they've got me smiling. I never smile like this, god damn it. Minor details aside, they did a good job on these. These are really well done. They're like our doppelgangers. They got the best in the business on these. They were given every piece of data they had on us. Body measurements, hair samples, everything. They knew us better than we know ourselves. See, I knew they took samples of these guys. I remember them going over our bodies with a fine-tooth comb when we applied for the Policenauts. Bro. I'm still not convinced that Jonathan isn't a clone. I heard they're gonna replace these with animatronic robots soon. We're gonna just like FNAF someone at the museum. They're gonna have us moving around like idiots, using hydraulics and air pressure, yeah, and we'll even talk. The same Japanese company that made those animatronic dinosaurs is gonna make them. You know the ones I mean, right? Who will decide how we move? They've already got all the necessary data. They're working with the ISPA on them. They'll end up being some live-action show, almost indistinguishable from the real us. And Jonathan will have a banjo, and Ed will have a tambourine. This is me in my younger days. I'd never recognize you. Come on, I hate it when people say shit about my age. They did an amazing job with these. It's scary. This must be Tokugawa. It's a figure of Tokugawa. Sometimes I forget he used to be one of us. Now he's practically some kind of god. He knows what he's doing. He's used the Policenauts to promote the group a number of times in the past. Salvatore. It's a figure of Salvatore. It looks a little big for some reason. Well, he's the kind of guy who seems smaller than he actually is. Yeah, that's true. Sal's made some mistakes in his life, just like us. Ended up better off than us. At least he's got a decent job. It's a figure of Gates. Well, of the 5 of us, he was the most likely to end up chief. Yeah, now he's my boss. And this must be like the survival ball.
ユーリーが積載していた脱出用ポッドのサバイバルボールだ。コールドスリープの機能も搭載している。実物はもう少し大きいがな。
俺はこの中で30年間も宇宙をさまよう。
Allegedly.
そのために宇宙不適応者になった。
ジョナサンの生命を30年間維持し続けたんだ。よくできたカプセルだよ。
コールドスリープとしてはまさに実験段階だった。救出された時は寝たきり老人と変わらなかった。
今じゃ筋肉の低下もあまりない。
俺は1年以上も歩けなかった。
クマの冬眠の研究の成果だ。
クマ？
人間は筋肉を使わなければ3日で衰える。しかしクマは冬眠中半年以上も筋肉を維持できるんだ。
なるほど。クマの方が宇宙飛行士に向いてるようだ。
Bear astronauts.
コールドスリープをクマの冬眠と呼んでいる。
Jonathan Entertainment Ingram. I always forget that Chuck E. Cheese's middle name is, or his proper government name, his given Christian name is Charles Entertainment Cheese. This is a replica of the Yuri, the forerunner to the modern EMPS. Its emphasis was on mechanical work outside the colony, so its armor's thin and it's only lightly equipped. Totally different setup from today. It was hailed as the successor to NASA's Moo. Hard to imagine this is where combat EMPS evolved from, huh? Still better than the suits at the moon corner, though. You can't really compare this to the old lunar suits. Yeah, I suppose that's true. This is what I had my accident in. Nearly sent me on a one-way trip to nowhere. I can't stand the sight of this thing. You had that survival ball with you, too. Good thing I did. Yeah, after all, the Yuri didn't have its own life pod. You made me take it, just in case, you said. The Yuri by itself would only have kept you alive for 3 days. Ooh, it's a good thing you told him to take it then. Alright, so now we go space corner.
ここが宇宙探査に関する展示がされているコーナーだ。
Said this is where he'd be waiting, allegedly. It's in the case.
パイオニア10号、11号に積まれた ET へのメッセージ用プレートだ。
What the? Are they nude? Jonathan! Jonathan, no! Jonathan? Please don't start. Please. The man's raising his right arm as a sign of friendship. You can also tell its shape, the way it would move, and the number of fingers on the hand. So this is to like show aliens what we look like, I guess? This radial diagram shows the location of the sun relative to 14 pulsars. With this, you'd be able to locate our solar system from anywhere in the Milky Way galaxy. I hate that. No, I don't know the details, but apparently this represents the spin-flip transition of a hydrogen atom. This gives you a certain universal measurements that play into other parts of the plaque. This shows the 9 planets of the solar system and how the spacecraft came from the 3rd planet from the star. The distances between the planets are expressed in binary numbers. I don't like this. Like, how do you guys feel? I'm big on the like, don't transmit random shit into space because we don't know what's out there. I'm gonna be honest, if I was an alien, I have no fucking idea what I was looking at. Yeah, I mean, they're making a lot of assumptions about, like, how aliens read. This is a drawing of the Pioneer spacecraft behind the 2 people. You could deduce the size of our species with this. Okay, but being conquered by aliens would be sick. I mean, I don't know, man. Here lies Jonathan, he never scored. That's one of the Viking landers. There were 2 landers that landed on Mars as part of the Viking program. This is a replica of the Viking 1 lander, which touched down in on July 20th, 1976. I saw what was left of it when I was there. The media dubbed it a reunion. So where's the... Oh, is this the Pioneer? It's a replica of the Galileo spacecraft. It's famous for launching a probe into Jupiter's atmosphere in 1995 and performing an analysis of it. It then did flybys of the 4 Galilean moons. I remember watching it when I was a kid. Now that was exciting. And where's the Pioneer? Here we go. That's Pioneer 10 there. It was the first spacecraft to make a close encounter with Jupiter. That's only a replica, of course. The real one left the solar system a long, long time ago. Yeah, back in 1983 or something, before either of us was even born. So this is the Pioneer the informant was talking about? Where is he? Great question. That's the Voyager 1 interplanetary spacecraft. Voyager 1 traveled to the outer planets Jupiter and Saturn, discovered Io's volcanoes and Jupiter's rings, as well as new moons around Saturn. It'll be making its way through the far reaches of the heliosphere about now. Inside that display case is a copy of the gramophone record carried on Voyagers 1 and 2. What gramophone record? This is a hologram of the solar system. A lot of the information used to make it came from the craft on display here. It's a shame there isn't as much exploration going on these days. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't like the idea of, like, giving aliens information. I feel like we've looked at everything over here already. Maybe I have to look at the second. Gold. Oh, this is the golden record that was on the Voyager probes. It's a 12-inch gold-plated copper record containing greetings in nearly 60 languages, animal calls, nature sounds, and a wide variety of music. Everything from classical to folk. They also included a cartridge and a stylus for playing it. Can you imagine if aliens, like something about their biology, where they hear like a certain tone and just like implode, and we send them a fucking record, and it just like destroys everyone who listens to it, and they're like, bastards. Okay. We go back to the middle hall. We're in the lobby. Is there anything here I didn't look at? It's an old... Oh, I can talk to the old man. I enjoy coming here. I find it soothing. The mirror. It was just us out there, or out here in those days. Were you an astronaut? They stopped using astronaut in official lingo not long after the turn of the century. I was a mission controller. See that model? I worked on the real thing. You mean the mirror? Yeah, we saw it. That's cool. He's an old mission controller. He's a young guy. Looks like he's waiting for someone. Maybe us? Us, perhaps? Can we talk to any other people? I think I can approach the woman! Oh, she's another guide! Those are nice. Firm, yet supple. That's my rudimentary evaluation anyway. Kinda top-heavy for such a young age. Not gonna let me give her the business. Jonathan, even you? May we talk to you a second? Feel free to ask me anything. Must be tough being on your feet for so long. Yes, it does get quite tiring. I guess it's been a good 3 hours or so I've been standing here. Wow, the demands they put on you. She has been primed. Just unbelievable. Maybe jumping around a little would release some of the tension of standing. I'm saying I bet some light activity every now and then would make all that standing a lot easier. You know, you may be right. I'll give that a try. God bless this informant for choosing this place. I do feel a little better now, actually. I imagine you do. Maybe she'll come out with me. So what time do you get off? I'm sorry, but we're not permitted to date visitors. I like that rule. Good to see they enforce it, too. Where can we find Pioneer? Pioneer 10 is on display in the space corner.
どうやらパイオニアは一つしかないらしい。
タレコミ屋の指定場所はそこだな。
Yeah, but we went there
パ
already.
イオニア10号前だ。
Guess that would have to be it. This guy is kind of suspicious. He looks like a middle school student. Okay, maybe not. He's studying the plate. What's the plate? This place is a Tokugawa trap to get Jonathan on harassment charges. They'll never catch me alive. Is this a woman? It's a girl. She's reading the information board. This is an information board. The building is divided into 3 main areas besides the one we're in now. The Beyond Corner, the Moon Corner, and the Space Corner. There's nowhere else left. We've checked all the corners. The only area with any Pioneer is the Space Corner. Should we go take another look? Yeah, I guess. I must have missed- Oh!
あれ？この宇宙服は何だ？月面服がどうしてこのコーナーに？
ジョナサン、中に誰かいるぞ。
これは動く展示物か？
そうじゃなさそうだ。ようやくデートの相手に会えたようだ。
お前が電話の男か？顔を見せろ。
静かにしろ。そのままの格好で俺の話を聞け。騒ぐと怪しまれる。
うまく考えたな。音声も変えてある。
お前だな。俺たちを呼び出したのは。
そうだ。さすがはポリスノーツ。すぐに分かったようだな。
こんなところに立ってりゃ子供でもわかる。
あんたら北条を探してんだろ。
北条の行方を知ってるのか？
どこにいる？奴は生きてるのか？
一人ずつ順番に話せ。いいな。
I someday want to be in disguise as an exhibit in a museum. Alright, what have you got for us? Why can't you tell us who you are? Whose side are you on? I can't reveal my identity, not yet anyway. My life is in danger. As I said before, you can call me 9 stars. 9 stars? I can tell you I know a lot about both of you. You'll know who I am soon enough, provided we survive that long. Who expects us to just accept that and move on? Why does my identity matter so much, honestly? What happened to Hojo? He betrayed them. He started selling it behind their backs. Them? It? Them. It. Who's them? I can't say. Not out here, anyway. Is it Tokugawa? Is Holmes Mafia involved? It's not that simple, okay? We saw a politician at Tokugawa's party. Are guys like him involved too? Were Hojo and Lorraine killed by this them? Yeah, screw these guys and you're done. Done. You can't even begin to imagine. What's the it you mentioned? Narc, the semi-synthetic drug. They've been using DDSs developed at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals to circulate narc. That's the real purpose of the K series, to get narc out there without the authorities knowing. The newest one is K9. It's nothing more than a vessel for narc. Uh-oh. I thought the selling point behind K9 is the even distribution of a drug and weightlessness. That's the official story, but a capsule with an osmotic pressure design is nothing special. K9's real purpose is concealing narc. Hojo and I started selling it on our own. Oh, so he was selling it alongside Hojo. It was my idea. Everything was going to plan. Nobody should ever have suspected what we were doing. We don't believe you. We didn't find anything in the capsules we got from Hojo. And who's to say your deals couldn't somehow be traced back to you? You guys aren't seeing the bigger picture. Look, I don't want to end up like Hojo, alright? I'll point you in the right direction. I'll let you in on the secret behind Narc. To be precise, where that secret is. Hojo made a copy of the CD-ROM containing a video on Narc. He created the original to show to the Mafia and other organizations. It explains the trick behind the capsules in plain English. A CD-ROM? So the CD explains everything about them. Right, including how to use them. Why a CD in this age of optical computing? That's the point, to limit where you can read it. It wouldn't stand as evidence in court either. That's why Hojo used a CD. It's an archaic data format. Where is this CD-ROM? Hojo would have stashed it somewhere. I bet they don't even know that copy exists. If I had to guess, I'd say his house. There was that CD that didn't have any music on it. Could that be it? Yeah. Load the CD and it'll explain what you need to know. That's all I can say for now. If you help me get to home, I'll tell you everything once my safety's been guaranteed. Okay. The CD can only be read on a T-Gear 99, Tokugawa's network terminal. In addition, it works off a special boot method. You can't load it on any other read device. The CD uses state-of-the-art encryption, too. Even BCP couldn't read it? You guys get most of your technology from Tokugawa, don't you? Whatever you have, they're already on something better. Yeah, that is true. Almost all our equipment is patented by Tokugawa. They own the know-how as well. None of it's public. You'll need to go to a Tokugawa facility to load the CD. We can't just waltz in there and expect them to help us. Who says we're gonna ask? There are a few steps you have to go through to get into the system. You'll need a Tokugawa ID card, check, and employee ID codes for this. First, it'll do a card check. We have Hojo's card. So then what? Then it'll run a check to see if the person using the card really is a Tokugawa employee. Every employee has an ID code given to them based on family crests. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna need to remember the family crest breakdown. You mean those Japanese things? Right. Select the ones it asks for and you're in. So, okay, so I need to go like memorize those. After that, insert the CD. This is how they protect their data. So you can't access any of their files if you're not an employee, supposedly? Exactly. If you don't clear the checks, you'll be staring at a blank screen. Okay. Yeah, I have the ID card. You'll need that to use the T-Gear. Got it, Chief. Arrest? We don't want to arrest him. He's helping us. Be easier to move in than the displays at the moon corner. Yeah, the real ones weigh well over 100 pounds. But he just admitted to selling narc. Yeah, I know, but he's helping. What else do you have? Do you not trust me? Of course not. We don't know who you are. I can walk away right now if that's what you want. Notice he doesn't have an accent when he gets mad either. What kind you mean? A home accent. You're beyond, aren't you? Okay, so that's the same. So where is Hojo? He was eliminated a long time ago. That's what happens when you cross these guys. I'm going to end up just like Hojo and that woman. You're saying Hojo's dead? Oh, that woman. Who's that woman? Hojo's wife. I think her name was Lorraine. Nobody's safe with these guys. Was Lorraine involved with drugs? Hojo probably would have... Or Hojo probably told her something he shouldn't have. Hmm.
じゃあな。
帰っちまったぞ。尾行するか。
待て、ジョナサン。
Mm.
まずは
I want to look at the CD first.
あの男の言っていることが真実かどうか。あの男の正体についてはそれからだ。さっきも言ったが、奴はホームなまりがない。明らかにビヨンズだ。ビヨンズならどこにも逃げやしない。しかし、
どうした？
タバコ臭いな。ひょっとしてお前タバコ吸ったか？
いや、手違いで火がついたんだ。もう消した。
危ないな。先折りタバコか。
How do you?
先を折るだけで発火する。
Oh, I was like, how do you accidentally light it?
気をつけろよ。人に見られたら通報されるぞ。ま、それはいいとして。
情報の真意の確認だな。
So, you light the cigarette just by bending the end? I'm trying to think of who we know who's a Beyonder. David from the BCP is a Beyonder, and wasn't the pharmacist guy also Beyonder? And he smelled funny. I don't know if he smelled like cigarette smoke though, but he did. They were constantly like, "Oh my god, it smells so bad in here." We've got no choice but to trust what he told us. How about we get over to Hojo's house and look for that CD? So we already know where the CD is because we found it before. No sign of him. Whoever he is, we better keep a closer eye on Tokugawa. I'll get Meryl and Dave on it. So I need to go look at the... We really do stick out in this thing. Reminds me of my uniformed days. I parked a little away from the building as a precaution. Hojo's house. I think it was Hojo's house that had... You think that's where it'll be? Definitely is. I think that's where the family crests poster was too. So we can like do a little memorizing before we grab the CD and plug it in.
北条家だ、ジョナサン。
タレコミ屋が言っていた CD ロムを探そう。
Yeah, because there's that one CD where we tried to, you ready? We tried to listen to the music and it was just like, no, it was nothing on it. I'll ring the doorbell. Ding dong. Ooh. Whoa, whoa. Saturn, you okay? How we feeling? We feeling strong? Okay. I just don't know why they won't let me hit on her. Maybe she is my daughter. It's a nice color. See? That's the eco color and style this year. I try to improve my complexion any way I can. See, he's like not like ouch your mama or anything like that. Here's the CDs. You want to listen to some music? No, we didn't come here for no sound test. The CD the informant was talking about should be here. Which one was it again? Try to remember. It was definitely here. Real quick. Girls, girls, girls. Where is it? The start was on the top. Maybe it wasn't on the top? Maybe it was on the bottom. Doko. These are all... Oh, there it is. Damn it! Oh, there we go. Both of her parents just died. Not if one of them's me. Man, I miss Snatcher. I know, it was so freaking good. I wonder if one of these songs is boop, 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 boop. I want boop, 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 boop. I don't think it's girls, girls, girls. Beyond Coast. I think it would be something mysterious sounding. Maybe Shadows. No. Dear Friend. BCP. Good Humor. Still Walking. Lavender. Owlcat. Polynet Warriors The Decade. Tokugawa. Children of the Dream. That's kind of like... Nope. My Love. Mi Amor. Bike Ride. Am I gonna get to ride a bike later? Doing Just Fine. Tokyo Mambo. Too Late Blues. Fling Girls. I hope that's a foreshadowing. Home Sweet Home. Anna's Theme Part 1. Uh-oh. The fact that Anna has a theme concerns me. Living in the Real World. Festival on Beyond. L'amour impossible. Not Made in Texas. All my not exes were not made in Texas. The title is Mist. Oh, that sounds like mysterious. Nope. The title is Past Year at Sunset Beach. Old LA 2040 short version. Title is Criminal Investigation Part 1. No, no, no. Magic Subway. First Triangle. Femme Fatale. Calling Your Name. Anna's Theme Part 2. Polynet Warriors Go For It Yochi. Mission 307. Happy's Works. Nakamura Blues. Legendary Faces. Love Theme. Beyond Morning. Sweet Hippo. Arabesque. Memoire de la Neige. Reunion. chase. What's Anna's theme part 1 actually? And it wasn't the angry cat. Apparently the song is titled End of the Dark. I don't know if that's in here. Anyway. Can we listen to this? Sure, go ahead.
エド、これだ。これが CD ロムに違いない。ほら、見てみろ。
Is that a Triforce? Oh.
北条家の家紋だわ。どういう意味かしら。
カレンさん、これを少し貸してもらえないかな。
ええ、どうぞ。役立つのなら。
よし、これを持って徳川製薬へ急ごう。
社員 ID の家紋表も見たことだしな。
これで ID チェックはパスできるだろう。
Well, I think I need to look at the chart one more time. Just to be sure. Remember when you tried to make a Triforce with ASCII art in forums? Hell yeah, I do. I remember when I tried to make it a Mogus dick with ASCII art in a Twitch chat and get banned. What? One of my friends is a fighting game player who streams sometimes, and me and some of my friends like just went and all spammed his chat with the Amogus dick ASCII art, and his mods like picked us off one at a time. And I requested an unban, and my unban request message was just, please. They unbanned me. It's like, okay, thanks. Please. I mean, what is friendship if not that? The unbanned request should have been another Amogus. That's so true, actually. I think there's a character limit. Hojo crest is on there too, but that's not the actual crest our family uses. Yeah, this is what the informant was talking about. Let's be sure to study these. So there's the, like, really detailed flower. Dosan Saito. Saito. Let's use mnemonic devices. So Saito was one of my favorite roots in Hakuoki. And Hakuoki had a lot of like flowers on the cover. So Saito, Hakuoki, detailed flower. This one is Ieyasu Tokugawa, the Tokugawa Aoi, or hollyhock leaf. So this is Tokugawa. I think we saw this one on the pills, so that one should be easy to remember. This one is Maeda. Maeda Keiichi. And I'm trying to think of a good way. All those hours playing Shogun 2 is coming in clutch. Maeda's the last name of the main character in Higurashi, right? Maeda-kun. I thought. I might be mixing it up with something else. But I'm gonna pretend that that's his last name. And so that's 5 for his 5 friends. Satoko, Mion, and Shion. Mika. And someone else is there too. And Reina, yeah, there you go. Okay, perfect. So Maeda's 5 friends. This one looks like a sunflower or something. Mitsunari Ishida. Oh, wait, Ishida was the name of the pharmacist. So the pharmacist has a lot of pills. A lot of pills, and these bunch of pills, so Ishida. This one... Asai. Nagamasa Asai. Asai. Just, yeah, this one's really complicated. Asai rhymes with acai bowl, and this looks like the toppings I get on my acai bowl of bananas, some blueberries, and some chia seeds. This one looks like the Mangekyo Sharingan. Hideki Kobayakawa. Hideki Kobayakawa. Well, it looks like the Mangekyo Sharingan, which is used by a ninja who hides, and hides in Hideki. And this one's Hojo. This one is Sasaki. Takatsuna Sasaki. Sasaki. That's fine if that's the only one that I don't have, like, a dope mnemonic device for, then it's the one that's left over. So where did he have his... He had his tea gear. Do you have it here? Or do I have to go to the office? Yeah, the shrimp. Johnny Sasaki is 3 squares. Wow, so true. Yeah, maybe I have to go to his terminal in the office. Karen, I will find your father. I promise. I believe you, Jonathan. I'll put my feelings about you behind me for now. You can count on me for help. Thanks, Karen. Got it. Move. And we'll go to pharmaceuticals. We'll trick the guy. We'll beat up my martial arts using master employee. Jonathan just gets like judo slammed into the ground instantaneously. Comprende. Go check the door. I'd be surprised if it's open this time of night. Oh. I gotta look first. We can go inside any time with Hojo's ID. Okay, then let's go. Go won't the system like ping that Hojo's card was used to open the door? I'm asking too many questions. Try Hojo's card on the door.
よし、ロックシステムに
He loses his extra Mario.
ID を差し込んで
Oh, and look, a security camera's looking right at me. Guys.
よし、開いたぞ。
It likes us.
DDS ルームだ。暗いな。
早いとこ例の CD ロムをロードしちまおうぜ。
そうだな。俺もこういうところは苦手なんだ。
エド、見ろ。端末がなくなってる。
なんてことだ。危険を冒して忍び込んだのに。
そういえばどっかにも同じ T ギア99があったな。
そうだ。あそこへ急ごう。
Wait, where else was it? I remember seeing one of them somewhere else. Doko. It's an internal video phone. Partition that was used before. It's equipment Hojo used. Don't ask me what it's for. Better not touch any of it. We wouldn't know how to work it if something happened. Who moved the... He doesn't have one, does he? According to this map, there are 2 large rooms besides this hall. Hojo's lab and the various other research rooms. They probably won't let me go back. Think this will open with Hojo's card? I doubt it. The security is several levels higher than the DDS room. Okay, so I can't even go back there with this card. Don't step in front of the camera. They'd have proof we broke in here. Okay, so they're avoiding the camera. Pictures of me never turn out well. You really are one psycho son of a bitch, you know that? Oh, Ishida! Ishida had a computer hooked into the Tokugawa system. That's right, because I was like desperately trying to use it in front of him. And he was like, no. So we go to BCCH. Hospitals are bad enough during the day. We don't have a choice. This can't wait. So, but in order to get into the pharmacy, I think we have to go through Chris's room, right? Maybe she's gone home, but she was at the Tokugawa party. How can something like this happen with the place supposedly run by computer?
いいか、病院へ入るぞ。
令状もないんだ。見つかると大事だ。気をつけるんだぞ。
Remember, this is illegal.
見つかっても大丈夫だ。
どうして？
どっか具合の悪いところあるだろ。この際だから見てもらおう。
入院するくらいなら捕まった方がマシだよ。
さあ、エド、行くぞ。
BCCH のロビーだ。誰もいないな。
その方がいろいろと都合がいい。
こんな時間に捜査の許可が出るとは思えんしな。
Director's office. Let's hope Chris isn't home.
クリスには悪いが無断で入るしかない。
よし、行こう。
She's home.
クリスさん、いたんですか？
ちょっと残業してたものだから。それよりもどうしたの？こんな時間に。もしかして不法侵入？
申し訳ない、クリスさん。
どうしても調べたいことがあったもんで。それに扉が開いてた。
理由はどうあれ、これはやりすぎね。
クリスさん、どうか署には通報しないでください。お願いです。
そうはいかないのよね、経営者としては。
クリス、こんなことがゲイツに知れたらますます立場が悪くなる。
本当に黙って侵入したりしてすいませんでした。
そうね。私に捜査の立ち会いをさせてくれるなら許してあげようかな。
本当？
ちょっと私も興味あるのよね、こういうのって。推理小説みたいでしょ？
わかりました。じゃあクリスさん、 捜査に立ち会ってもらえますか？
She's down. I can smell her again. Sorry we tried to sneak in here like this, Chris. There's something we just had to check. Yeah, you told me, so what's going on? Apologize. I'm sorry, Chris, I just had to see you. I can't stop thinking about you. You expect me to believe that? Sorry, Chris, truly. We really are sorry. Cops shouldn't do things like this, we know, but it's alright. You don't have to keep apologizing. I'll help you. I can think of other things I wouldn't mind an apology for. Sorry about that. Cops definitely shouldn't be doing things like that either. I'm not a cop. It's not illegal because I'm not a cop. Don't even try and police that. T-Gear99.
実は CD ロムをロードしたいんだが、ここに徳川の T ギア99は？
T ギア99は徳川グループ独自のネットワークコンピューターの端末よ。この病院のコンピューターとは異なるわ。そうね。でも薬局にならあるわ。石田が薬の管理を徳川とネットでつないで行ってたから。
閉めた。これでやっとロードできる。
Time to see what the big secret is. We definitely have one in the pharmacy. Alright, shall we go, milady?
クリス、T ギア99を使わせてほしいんだが。
大至急、重要なことなんだ。
そう。捜査令状か何かある？
もちろん、ない。
そうあっさり言われると。わかったわ。私、
Thanks,
今
Queen.
ことにするわ。
ありがとう、クリス。
いいのよ。私、あなたたちを見てると昔の頃を思い出して。ずっと昔のこと。さ、ついてきて。ロックを解除するわ。さあ、薬局よ。石田はいないわ。
ジョナサン、CD ロムを早くロードして。
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this... I didn't see this before. Of all the... It's a calendar. Wait, the year on this is 2047. That's 7 years from now. Oh, he told me he got that as a prize from somewhere. I don't know the details, but apparently if you mailed in these tokens, this company would send you that or some other prize. That's right. I think it had to do with some video game. Yeah, the crowd does this kind of thing a lot. That crowd does this kind of thing a lot. Collect all the tokens in a set and they give you stuff in return. Why do you think it's for 2047? An attempt at postmodern art? Hey, check out the guy in the middle. He looks a little like Jonathan, don't you think? If you change the hair and the clothes. Ishida's way of sprucing up the office, huh? This has nothing to do with the investigation. Yeah, but I want to look at it. Let's just hurry and get this over with, Jonathan. Think of Chris. Yeah, but look at this. That's got nothing to do with loading the CD. Let's hurry it up, but I want to look at the Snatcher picture. Fine.
あったぞ、エド。
確かに T ギア99だ。
使い方は分かってるの？この端末は徳川の人間にしか使用できないって聞いてるけど。
任せとけ。偉い先生にじっくりと個人授業を受けたからな。
宇宙飛行士のな。ジョナサン、端末を使おう。
Use.
クリス、じゃ、見ててくれ。今から面白い魔法を見せてやる。
ワクワクしちゃう。
Do we trust her? I want to trust her. But do we? She was hanging out with Tokugawa.
ジョナサン、電源を入れよう。
First comes the power. Is this the power button? There's the Tokugawa crest. It's the kind of machine you can picture Tokugawa making. I expected the logo to be a bit bigger though. Oh, maybe this is the power? This looks like the power button. Boop.
よし、電源を入れるぞ。
ID カードを入れてください。
Hmm. So now, where do we insert the ID card here? The slot, maybe? It's the slot for inserting a user ID card.
ジョナサン、北条の ID カードを入れるぞ。よし、ID カードのチェックをパスしたぞ。次はこのカードの使用者が本人かどうかのチェックが入る。
なんだかドキドキしちゃうわ。社員コードのチェックを行います。
Please authenticate.
人物の徳川社員コードを順に選んでください。指示された人物の徳川社員コードをモニターから選び、該当する家紋をクリックしてください。
いわゆる徳川社員しか知らない暗号ってわけか。
社員コードなんてあなたたちわかるの？
任しといてくれ。予習済みだ。
Takeda? Was Takeda one of the... It must have been one of the... I should have remembered both names instead of one name. Oops! I didn't mean to click that. I didn't mean to click that. What the? Mori. Well, some of these, like, weren't... These weren't listed. Some of these weren't listed, right? I'm not crazy. I know Tokugawa. Ishida. Ishida has all the pills. Kataoka? What the hell? I'm getting bamboozled. Kata... I don't know, man. Ojo is the Triforce. Where are the other... Oh my god, they're gonna make me keep doing it! Yeah, they're testing me with something that didn't get put in the PowerPoint. Wait a minute. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Okay, it's because a bunch of these are in the manual. Which I obviously don't have. Classic Kojima, yeah. There's a old like Let's Play archive of Policenauts I just found when I googled Policenauts crests. And here's what it says. Suppose you're playing the game for the very first time. You're looking at this and going, huh? What kind of dumbass password system is this? Oh, Hojo had that crest chart. I should go back there, write down the crests, come back, solve the puzzle, and bask in my superior adventure game skill set. Unbelievably, you're wrong for 2 reasons. Don't blame me, I agreed with you. Firstly, Hojo's crest chart only had 8 crests on it, but there's 18 here. So you didn't have enough information even if you could get back. That brings us to the second reason. Secondly, you can't even go back if you wanted. Normally to move, you click off screen or right click, but doing so in the original Japanese version gave you the options to see the name in their original Japanese kanji or oddly in English. Oh, the Japanese or English is also in the Japanese version. That's so weird. So what is the right thing to do? Somehow it's to read the game manual, where all the crests are listed for no good reason at all. I guess it was copy protection, which shouldn't be necessary for a PlayStation game, and is somehow repeated in Metal Gear Solid when you have to look on the back of the CD case for Meryl's codec. Alright, they have the picture from the manual here. They have the scan. Jesus Christ. Takeda is... I can't believe them. Mori. Tokugawa, we know. Ishida, we know, is the one with all the pills. Kataoka. Hojo, we know, is the Triforce. Decades later, Kojima's bamboozling players. So now we put the CD in, presumably up here. Or not. Where do I just slip it in down here? The touch pen. With the widespread adoption of this pen, most of the industrialized world became a virtually paperless society. That's cool. Where do I put in the CD? Card's already in the slot. This is where we insert the CD. Okay, there we go. They're so big.
Hojoの CD ロムを入れるぞ。
おお。
徳川製薬 DDS チームプロパー用ディスク
極秘 K9-00150。
CD を読み込んだぞ。
出るぞ。見ろ。
これまで徳川は皆様に数々の麻薬偽装輸送システム DDS を K シリーズ中心に提供してまいりました。 K1 から K8 までさまざまな DDS を使った麻薬の偽装に精力を注いでまいりました。しかし残念ながらこれまでの商品はナーク麻薬を公に販売、誰にでも入手可能な DDS を作り出すというコンセプトを満足させる結果には
They're just laying it out.
しかし今回の K シリーズの最新作 DDS はこれまでのそういった問題を全てクリアしうる可能性を秘めた商品です。ナーク麻薬を安全に、そして自在に売買できる、それが徳川の新製品ナークカプセル K9 なのです。では K9 の優れた偽装システムをご説明しましょう。
They're so matter of
ナークカプセルの
fact.
特徴は薬剤を包むカプセルのゼラチンの中にナークをプログラムしているところにあります。ですから新薬大衆薬を問わずデザイナーズフードや機能性食品といった
Oh.
あらゆるものに偽装流通させることが可能なのです。つまり内容物を変えることで流通経路はどのようにもなります。病院、薬店、スーパー、内容物にあった公の販売ルートがいくらでも広がるわけなのです。ナークカプセルは封入式ではなくキャップ式になっていますので、個人でも簡単に中身を取り出すことができます。そしてもう一つの偽装安全策を用意しております。いくらカプセル側にナークをプログラムしたところで公的な市場で流通させるにはあまりにも危険です。そこで徳川の最新テクノロジーはナークそのものを科学的に2つに分離することに成功。これらを別々のカプセルにプログラムすることにより、これらのカプセルを同時に服用して初めてナークの効果が得られるようにしたわけです。私どもではこれをバイナリー麻薬と呼んでおります。カプセル自体へのプログラム A、B2 つのカプセル同時服用という2ランクの安全システムにより偽装効果はほぼ完璧となります。これでもう麻薬取り締まりによる妨害も損失も恐れる必要はなくなりました。しかもナークカプセルは無重量化でも均等に素早く溶解する性質を持っております。宇宙での使用も問題ありません。それでは次に A、B の分離されたカプ
It's
セ
the
ルの見分け
leaf
方をご説明し
in
ま
the
しょう。
crust.
その見分け方はいとも簡単。それぞれのカプセル表面には製剤識別コードを兼ねた目印がつけてあります。この徳川のマークが目印となります。徳川の三つ葉葵の一部が欠けているのがお分かりでしょう。この欠けた部分を持つカプセルを割り符のように対にして服用するとナークとして作用する仕組みとなっています。これらはそれぞれ片方だけを服用してもナークの作用は全く現れません。したがって危惧される一般市場での事故は心配ありません。組み合わせのキャッチは徳川を一つにです。そしてこの形態ではあらゆる麻薬探知機にも反応しません。現存する探知機ではこれらを探知することは不可能なのです。いかがです。これが徳川のハイテクノロジーが生んだ DDS K9 ナークカプセルです。我々はナークカプセルを自信を持ってお送りします。どうぞこの K9 をあなたの取引に利用してみてください。皆様の良きご理解を期待しております。
Graphic design is my passion.
なるほど。あのカプセルはやはり麻薬か。ロレインが預かったあの葉はこのトリックを伝えるものだったんだ。
徳川めう まいこと考えやがったな。
こんなバカなことって。
俺は一製薬会社だけの犯罪じゃないぜ。ましてや北条の個人プレーなんかじゃな。大きな組織がついてる。徳川にマフィア。
証拠がないぞジョナサン。相手が徳川となるとそれなりの切り札となる証拠がな。こんな CD なら誰にでも作れる。
証拠ならあるぜ。鑑識に預けたあのカプセルを調べ直そう。今度は中身ではなくカプセルの方をな。ロレインが命がけで守ったものだ。
この CD の内容が事実かどうか。もし本当なら大変なことになる。
Yeah, the two of the missing leaves will make narc.
こんな麻薬が私の病院から大手を振って売買されてたなんて。なんてことなの。この CD が事実なら病院だけじゃなくて
あらゆる薬にナーコを隠すことができる。
薬店や薬局で売られたら止めようがないわ。
徳川とマフィアの狙いはそこだ。クリス、K9 のサンプルがないか調べてみてくれないか。
分かったわ。でもここに置いていくほど彼らはバカじゃないと思うけど。
石田もグルだろうか。
可能性は高いな。
Oh.
北条側か徳川側かは分からんが。
どちらにせよここにいれば K9 の正体を知らなかったはずはない。
問題は石田が北条の共犯だとすれば徳川もマフィアも。
So he might be the astronaut guy.
BCP へ戻ろう。カプセルを調べ直すんだ。BCP に帰ったぞ。監視課へ急ごう。
おお、おかえり。どうした？
I love him.
ビクトル、例のカプセルのトリックが分かったぞ。
カプセル？ああ、あの風邪薬か。
中身ではなく中身を包むカプセル自体にナークが仕込まれていたんだ。ゼラチンの中にな。
なんとカプセルにか。それは思いつかんかった。
しかも A と B のカプセルを同時に服用して初めてナークとなる仕掛けだ。片方の服用だけでは作用しないんだ。
バイナリー麻薬。そんなことが可能なんじゃろうか。
それを今から証明するんだ。ビクトル、例のカプセルをもう一度分析し直してくれ。
残念じゃがそれはできん。あのカプセルも AP だ。あいつじゃあのレッドウッドとかいうフローズナーじゃ。
なぜ AP が？
あんたらがあいつらに頼んだんじゃないのか。わしはてっきり。
おかしいな。あのカプセルのことは AP には言ってないはずなんだが。
エド、AP へカプセルを取り返しに行こう。
取り返したらわしにも見せてくれ。
Redwood is the worst. Okay, so now we gotta go. Be like, hey, AP. Let's see if we can get the capsules back.
おいエド、ちょっと来てくれんか。ジョナサン、エド、派手にやってるらしいじゃないか。
いえ、その
徳川のパーティーを台無しにしたそうだな。
久しぶりに会ったんで盛り上がったんだ。
徳川は BCP とジョナサンを訴えるところだったんだぞ。もみ消すのに骨を折った。何
Abraham
度も言う
Lincoln.
が、相手は徳川だ。慎重に行動しろ。今度こういうことがあれば抑えきれん。分かったな。以上だ。さあ、もう行っていい。くれぐれも面倒は起こすな。
やれやれ。これぐらいで済んでよかった。さあ、どうする？
Talk to our favorite guy. See if he's in the mood. God.
あんたらの探してるものはこれか？このカプセルだろ。
そのカプセル。
あの老いぼれは信用ならねえ。で、俺がここの最新設備で調べてやったんだが、何も出なかった。単なるカプセル剤だ。
He doesn't know.
な奴らだ。 なく騒ぎだ。
Unless.
どうしてそれを？
みんな知ってるさ。この騒ぎだからな。しかしとんだ猿芝居だ。
こいつ。
言わせておけ、ジョナサン。
ほらよ、返すぜ。
さあ、ビクトルに調べ直して
That one has a full crest, though.
待て。エド、よく見ろ。この製剤識別マーク。これはロレインから預かったカプセルじゃない。
製剤識別コードの一部が欠けてないぞ。
何言ってる。これはあのじいさんから預かったカプセルだ。間違いない。
レッドウッド、いい加減なことを言うな。
俺はあんたらと違って忙しいんだ。ビヨンド30周年記念パレードの警備の打ち合わせもしなくちゃならん。こんなつまらんことにいつまでも関わってる暇ない。じゃ
He's dirty.
やられた。唯一の証拠だったのに。
くそ。この BCP に奴らの犬が。
ビクトルかレッドウッドか。
いや、味方がいるかどうかだ。
さて、あのタレコミ屋の裏は取れなかったが、どうする？
He inhaled all the narc already. Let's stop by Victor. Did you get the capsules back? No, man. Any fresh blood that gets on it blends right in. You got questions. I'll try and give you answers. The capsules. The capsules have been switched. The ones we got back are fakes. Blia! I should never have handed them over to them. Think you can make a fool out of Victor Jurgens? A binary narcotic. Who would have thought? I figured we were years away from that. Sorry, guys. It was my fault. You gave them to Redwood personally, Victor? Yeah, it was him. No doubt about it. Must have been him that switched them. Bastard trying to blame me. I'm sorry, guys. I really am. You suspect Tokugawa really are behind these capsules? Only an organization with some hefty resources could come up with something like that. With everything Tokugawa has at their disposal, I figure it's totally feasible. I can't imagine any other company or the Mafia being able to pull it off and make it look like Tokugawa's work. It is definitely their drug code on them, but we need more proof than that. Ooh. Where should I go to? Victor is neat. I don't know if there's anything else he can tell me. One of their employees and it's their capsules. There's no way they've got absolutely nothing to do with it. I'm sure they're involved in some form. In any case, you could never hide a body or get it out without help from the Mafia. The Mafia? What about Tokugawa? It would be extremely risky for them to get involved with something like that, but it's certainly not out of the question. Where should I go to? We'll be back later, Doctor. Why do I even bother? See, oh. Okay, we need to do more investigating in the police station. Alright, we wanted to get David Merrill on the case. Pick up any leads? How are things looking out there, Chief? Dave? Sup? Capsules? That reminds me, there was a call from Chris at BCCH. She said to tell you I couldn't find those capsules anywhere. Okay. Yeah, this is from last time. What did you find out about the people at Tokugawa's party? Like you said, Jonathan, they're with various mafias on home. Word on the street is that some big deal was going down, but it seems they've all left already. I wonder what's going on. This is Tokugawa. Guy keeps his cards close to his chest. What capsules was she talking about? Okay, so he doesn't know nothing. What about you? What about you, pretty lady? Any news on the Tokugawa front? Something's going on for sure. Their monthly festival has been cancelled. Meanwhile, Pharmaceuticals is way behind schedule with their anniversary prep. There was something strange about Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals, too. It was too quiet, even for the middle of the night. Capsules? What are you talking about? I honestly don't know anything. Definitely more to this than some missing employee. I don't know him that well, but I still wouldn't like to have that guy for a partner. Though the chief could tell you more about him. That true? No, I don't know him either. Meryl, did something happen between Ed and Redwood? Well, no, nothing happened. Just drop it, alright? Ed, why are you being shifty? Ed? Ed? Yeah, he's sus. What is it, Jonathan? Ask about Tokugawa. He was different from us before, but he's even more different now. He can be a dangerous man. He's nearly destroyed us on more than one occasion. His power here is absolute. He'll put pressure on you from every imaginable angle. I could easily be on the chopping block myself if we're not careful. There's no doubt he's involved in what's going on. I know he's connected to it. Jonathan, if you don't have any evidence, you can't say you know anything. Especially when it comes to Tokugawa. You need proof in order to act, for God's sake. We believe the capsules we got from Hojo have been switched by Redwood. Switched? Now why would he do something like that? Are you sure you're not mistaken? I won't have you throwing accusations at my men without any proof. How much do you trust Redwood? Redwood is an outstanding officer. I've known him since he was a boy. There may be questionable aspects to him, but that's not unusual for Frozeners. He undergoes regular psychological examination. The results say he's perfectly normal. Jonathan, I've known Redwood far longer than I've known you. I don't want to hear any more of this. Doesn't look like the inquiry's going anywhere. We're not on the greatest of terms with the police here. We're trying our best to get them to move things along, but ultimately, it's beyond our control. I don't know if the case is ever going to be solved at this rate. Yikes. So I've been to forensics. I don't know if I can. Oops. We ask him about, yeah. Well, they're employees and it's their capsules. So I guess the lobby? I wonder if there's anyone I can even talk to there about it. Isn't this the cop LARPer? Almost all of them are assigned to internal duties. Maybe not. Hey Ed, they're just letting you take time off to take this guy sightseeing? Lucky you, what'd you say? It's not too far from the truth. What a lovely gentleman. It'll be nice when you're gone. We can finally get rid of the smell. You just go on and on and on, don't you? Look, it's alright. Just ignore him. I don't know if there's anything else. Let's see what info we can gather here. Oh! They want us to check in advice again. Thought I asked them everything. You seem like you've gotten used to Beyond, Jonathan. Have I? Sup? They'll never come up with a suspect, not in a million years. I hate to tell you this, but we've hit a dead end. I checked all the spaceplane passenger lists for the last month, but I didn't see any Hojo. I didn't see Hojo's name or any that looked like a possible alias. There might be a lot of truth to what the informant was saying. But I did catch one surprise. What? Redwood left on a flight for home the same day as Hojo's wife. I'll try expanding the search, but I don't know how much luck I'll have. This is a colony. It's like any spaceship. It's got all sorts of sensors and observation equipment. It's just not possible for someone to disappear like this. The informant said he's already been killed. Still, it would be impossible to hide a body here and not have it be discovered. Never come up with a suspect in a million years. From what we know, we can't conclusively prove Tokugawa is connected to the Mafia. Okay, capsules. He doesn't know anything about the capsules. Redwood arrived on home on an American Space Lines flight the day before Hojo's wife was killed. And apparently the Tokugawa group paid for his ticket. I happened to sit next to him on my flight here. He said he'd gone to visit some family or something. That's weird. He's from beyond. I've never heard of him having any family on home. The possibility of his involvement in Lorraine's murder has always been at the back of my mind. It's only speculation, but he was in the position to go after Hojo's wife. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he really is involved with Tokugawa or the Mafia. Ooh, Redwood. I've still no idea where he could be. I checked the list of all recent deaths on Beyond, but I didn't see anyone that might have been him. The informant said Hojo's already been killed. Yeah, I figured the same. That's why I checked the list. Well, that means if he's dead, his body hasn't been discovered yet. I also checked the list of all wastes leaving Beyond, but I didn't find anything suspicious. If you wanted to, you could smuggle a body out by covering it in paraffin or chopping it up. Victor was saying the best way to hide a body would be to bury it. They've got a bunch of sensors in the ground all over the colony. Doesn't seem very likely to me. There's not much cooperation between the police on home and BCP, so there haven't been any real developments. The LA police are still trying to write it off as a terrorist bombing. A lot of Beyonds have been the targets of eco-terrorists lately. Apparently it was a special type of bomb that was used. What's a special type of bomb? What do you mean a special type of bomb? According to the report, it wasn't your everyday device. Some of the parts they picked up at the scene are only available to the military and the police, beyond any ordinary terrorist arsenal. Why would the perpetrator use parts that could be traced? As a warning, that the whole thing was a warning. It's just like Dave said. On home, they're looking the other way because the victim was a Beyond, while BCP isn't interested because it happened on home. Neither one is conducting a real investigation.
あ、そうだ。デカ長、ジョナサン。パイオニア10号の9スターズってやつから伝言があったわ。
パイオニア10号？
やつだ。あの AMM のタレコミや。
状況が変わった。今日のビヨンド時間04時に例のパイオニア前へ来いって。女の声だったわ。
女の声？
A woman?
映像は？
Woman?
いえ、音声信号だけだったわ。プロテクトされてたから録音もできなかったし。
やつは女だった？
わからない。機械的に音声を変調してたかもしれない。
最近のプロテクトって強烈なんだ。BCP なんかより一般の技術の方が進んでるんだ。
ホームなまりは？
そういえばあったかも。
そうか。
どうしたエド？
いや、一つ気になることが。
エド、今度こそ奴を捕まえようぜ。ナークカプセルがなくなった今、頼りは奴しかいない。
デカ長、そろそろ僕らの出番かな。
Women with a home accent.
待ってろ。
ヨナさん、いつでもいいよ。あんたの助けならいつでも OK さ。
ありがとうデイブ。その時は頼む。
ああ、任せてくれ。
Huh. Same place. Let's get to AMM. Our guy must be in trouble. Unless it was somebody pretending to be the informant, and the informant isn't a woman, but there's a woman who's against me. So we want to leave. I'm worried about the informant. We better hurry. Alright, let's get to AMM. Move. Drive. AMM.
よし、タレコミ屋が待ってる。AMM へ向かうぞ。
AMM.
今度こそ正体をつかんで。
I'm done playing with this bitch. Me when I'm done playing with this bitch.
夜の AMM か。不気味だな。
おかしいな。奴らしくない。こんな寂しいところを指定してくるとは。
状況が変わったとか言ってたが、何かあったんだろ
う。とにかく嫌な場所だ。昼間賑やかな博物館ほど、夜は気味が悪い。
Spooky. Go inside.
なんだ、鍵がかかってないぞ。
当たり前だ。 俺たちはナインスターズのご招待だぞ。
Nine stars.
なるほど、奴を待たせてしまったな。
ナインスターズか。ふざけたやつだ。今度こそ正体を暴いてやる。
行こう、ジョンさん。サンゴホールだ。誰もいない。
気味悪いな。静かすぎて。
Hold on.
これはホームから取り寄せた本物のサンゴ礁の化石だ。この中にはホームの大気中の CO2 が大量に溶け込んでいる。セレスのシンボルとしてこのホールに置かれている。
人間には真似できない自然の脅威か。
苦労したらしい。ホームからここまで運んでくるのに。
It survived for thousands of years on home. You can't help but respect it. Well, I want to click off the screen and save because I have a bad feeling. I have a feeling something is about to happen. Alright, let's move. In the space corner, right?
ジョナサン、探査コーナーだぞ。
タレコミ屋はまだのようだ。
Uh-oh. It's a plaque that was attached to the Pioneer Crafts. Is he hiding in one of these? It's the Galileo replica. Life-size model of the Viking 1 lander. Hologram of the solar system. Maybe he's where he took the suit from.
月面コーナーだぞ。静かだ。本当に月面にいるようだ。
何か気配がしないか、エド。
This is the type of suit the informant was wearing. It doesn't look like the informant's inside here, does it? No, it's just a figure. This is another Apollo Ava suit, same as the informant's. Doesn't look like the informant's inside here, does it? No, it's just a figure. Was this ladder here before? This is the lunar module's ladder. Astronaut Armstrong's famous words were broadcast as he stepped down from the 9th rung onto the lunar surface. Who knows if that bottom rung had been a little lighter? His words might have been different. Aluminized captain foil used for insulation. Replica of Apollo 11's lunar module, the Eagle, July 20th, 1969. Who could ever forget that day? The ascent module was recovered and brought back home. The ascent module was recovered and brought back to home, but the descent module is still out there. The Saturn rocket outside is the same as the one that launched the Apollo missions. It's a replica of Surveyor 1. So maybe it's not here. Oops. Oh!
ビヨンドコーナーだ。見ろ。俺たちの首が切り取られてる。
悪質ないたずらをする奴らがいるな。
嫌な予感がする。早くナインスターズを探そう。
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh God!
探査コーナーだ。
この宇宙服、あのタレコミ屋の。
ジョンさん、首がない。俺たちポリスノーツの人形と同じだ。
パイオニアのプレートにも何か書いてある。
その宇宙服にも書いてあるぞ。
Don't lose your head over this.
胸に何か書いてある。
この件から手を引け、ポリスノーツだとさ。
俺たちへの脅しか？
どうしたジョナサン、座り込んで。
いや、ちょっと調べ物さ。
This is someone's attempt at a threat. I would say it's more than a threat, buddy boy. There's something written on the plaque, I thought. Oh.
ジョナサン、血だ。
Oh, Ishida.
人間の血だ。
なんだ、血が太陽系を指してるぞ。これは何かのメッセージだ。
木星のあたりか。木星？
あのホログラムだ。あそこに太陽系がある。
それだ。後ろのホログラムを見てみよう。
The crest for Ishida was on there.
ジョナサン、おかしいぞ。
どうかしたか？
惑星が一つ多いんだ。惑星が10個置いてる。
一つ多いって。なんだろう、この惑星。これだけホログラムじゃない。
よくわからん。何か動いてるぞ。石だ。なんてこった。垂れ込み屋は石田だったのか。
これは見ろ、この惑星の形。上から見るとちょうど石田の家紋供養になる。ナインスターズってのは石田の家紋、つまり社員コードだったんだ。そうか、北条のホワイトボードにあったマークはこの供養だったんだ。
ジョナサン、感心してる場合じゃないぞ。徳川の殺人マスキートだ。俺たちも石田のように一滴も残らず血を吸い取られるぞ。
罠か。
Oh God.
ジョナサン、マスキートが攻撃してきたぞ。撃ち落とせ。追っておけばどんどん血を吸われるぞ。
Oh, here we go. What am I shooting at? Bugs? Are we fucking sure? This is what Kojima wanted.
ロビーだ。どうする？入り口まで走るか？
ダメだ。こいつらを外に漏らすと大変だ。
じゃあどうする？犠牲になれとでも？
何か方法があるはずだ。考えろ。考えるんだ。
マスキートのセンサーは？
単純なものだ。蚊と同じで CO2 を感知して寄ってくる。
CO2 like the coral.
ということは、俺たち
The coral!
CO2 を多く含んだものがあれば、
うまくいけばそれでマスキートを一箇所に集められる。
そういえばこの AMM に CO2 を含んだものがあったような気がする。
CO2 か。ドライアイスがあればいいが。
ドライアイスは
Or some coral.
よし、 CO2 を含んだものを探そう。
こっちだ。
このサンゴはどうだ？石灰質だ。
そうだ、いいぞジョナサン。サンゴは大量に CO2 を吸収してる。うん、このサンゴ礁を溶かそう。そうすれば CO2 が発生する。
どうやって？
塩酸で溶かす。塩酸。
酸なんてどこにある？
どこかにあるはずだ。酸、あるいは酸を触媒として使う何かが。
強い酸ならいいんだな。
そうだ、ここは博物館だ。何かきっとあるはずだ。探そう。
An acid or an acid catalyst. Is there anything in here? Any acid on this? There won't be any in that. How about this? You think there's any acid in this? There won't be any in that. How about this? There won't be any help. Keep looking. Maybe there's not any over here.
月面コーナーだ。
Is the moon rock acidic?
ジョナサン。
Oh fuck! What is this? This dodge. This guy's movement is ridiculous. I thought I could like shoot the extinguisher behind him and blow him up, but it doesn't seem like it. Stand up. The fuck? He stands up when I aim away. When I'm coming, I just got shot to death. I just got shot to death by a guy playing peekaboo. I can't believe this would happen to me. Game over design is my passion. Oh my god, I got so cooked. I got so cooked. I wonder how to do that. 'Cause Jonathan died. Cause the peekaboo champ, he was so strong. Well, we'll figure out how to I saved like right before all that happened, luckily. Remember, so we are good for next time. I'll be back stronger than ever. So yeah, I'm gonna jump over to Quinn's because we're gonna play D&D. But I will definitely be playing more Policenauts next week. This game is so freaking good. Ugh. Ugh, it's so good. But yeah, so I'll see you guys either for D&D or I'll see you again next week for more Policenauts and more Mario Galaxy. Just like 2 bangers right now. I'm just super excited to play them all the time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. And I'll see you later. And I hope you have a good night or morning or afternoon or whatever it is, wherever you are. And Otsubus!